Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Today it is a double part workout. It's called Duces. So we start with an imam, that's every minute on the minute, for 10 minutes. So every odd number, every odd minute, minute 1, 3, etc. You're going to do 5 push presses, and then you're going to rest until that minute is over. And then once minute 2 starts, you're going to do 40 double unders or 80 singles. So this might take, depending on how well you do with the jump ropes, this might take your whole minute, and it might even go into the second minute. But so you're going to have to kind of hurry up. That's why the first half is a little shorter. Okay, so after 10 minutes of that, make sure everything's set up for the AMRAP, because you're going to go right into that. You're going to reset your clock for 10 minutes. And you're going to do as many rounds as possible of 20 sit-ups, 20 leg slides, and 20 kettlebell high pulls. So we're going to go through all those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. All right, everyone. So the first movement is going to be our push press. So a few things to keep in mind before we get into the movement is we want to make sure that we have a nice strong core the whole movement, right? So essentially it's a leg and arm movement, but we need that core to be nice and tight to prevent injuries, right? So we never want our back to be bent or loose or shoulders loose. We want everything nice and tight in the middle, so everything can support each other. We're gonna set up about hip width apart with our feet. Our toes are gonna be slightly pointed outward because we want our knees, when we come down, we want our knees to come out, not forward, because if we come forward, we're going to rock forward. Our body is not going to be in a line. But if we point our toes slightly outward and we're coming out, we're coming straight up and down. That allows our body to move in a direct movement upward, which is going to pop up the barbell. So we're going to start with the barbell. Big thing when holding onto a barbell for an overhead movement, you don't want to be holding it. See, this is me holding it and I'm struggling to keep it there. We want to be resting it on our shoulders so that we're not exerting energy where we don't need to, and we're able to pop it straight up. So we're going to bring our knees out, do a quarter squat, and really drive hard into the ground to push up the barbell. So, and at the top, we're coming straight through with our head so that we can have the barbell, our arms aligned directly over top of our back. So again, we're going to come down. We're going to use that leg drive to push it upward. So, and straight overhead. Okay, so that's with the barbell. If you're not ready to use a barbell, and again, pick a weight that you feel comfortable with. It doesn't have to be a heavy weight. It could be just the barbell. If you're not ready for the barbell, don't have a barbell, that's okay. You can use 1 or 2 dumbbells. So if you're going to use 2, we're going to do that same movement. One side of the dumbbell will be resting on your shoulders. So we're going to come down and push straight overhead. Just remember that when we have, so with the barbell, it's connected, right? So it's a little bit steadier to keep straight, right? So without it being connected, we can come out and move. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we're coming straight up and forward with the dumbbells. So now you can also just do 1 at a time. So do 5 on each side. Again, push forward and straight up. The other thing you can do is 5 on each side with a band. I would do just a strict press, so no legs for this one. Just push straight up, and you can use different resistance. But remember, no matter what you use, you want that tight core to keep everything in place. And again, switch sides with that. So now that's minute 1. If you finish before the minute is over, relax, breathe, take a sip of water, and then once the minute 2 starts, you're going to go into those double unders. So that's jump roping, where you're passing under your feet 2 times before landing. So that would be a double under. A single would be regular jump ropes. So you're going to double that to 80. Now remember, if you're not a good jump roper, you can lower the amount of reps if you're really not making it in that minute time. If you're just barely getting to the minute, that's fine. Then you get right back into that push press. You'll have a moment to rest probably after those push presses are done. So if you don't have a jump rope, not ready for a jump rope, you can do jumping taps. So you're going to simulate the double under. So you're going to jump, tap twice. So the rhythm is going to be a consistent rhythm like this. So that's what you're going to do instead if you don't have a jump rope, not ready for a jump rope. Okay, so now the EMOM's over in 10 minutes. You're going to get right into that. You're going to reset the clock for an AMRAP, and you're going to get right into that AMRAP. So everything's going to be set up and in place. You're going to start out with some sit-ups. So we're going to come, touch those toes, really squeezing those abs. You're going to do 20 of those. If you can't do all the way up, really reach for those knees. If you want to do crunches, that's fine. Just reach for your shins. So those are the modifications. So no leg slides. I'm not sure if I showed you leg slides before, but you're gonna need some sliders for this one. So you're, depending on what kind of floor you're on, if you're on a wood floor, you're gonna use the fabric side, and if you're on any other kind of floor or carpet or whatever, you're gonna use the smooth side, the plastic side. So what we want to do is we want to set ourselves up in a bear crawl position. So we're going to be in this bear crawl position. We're going to squeeze our abs. Our arms are going to be, our hands are going to be directly underneath our shoulders, and we're going to slide, take turns sliding the sliders back and forth. Now, something to keep in mind is we don't want our butt to be up here. We want to be in a tabletop position where our back is straight, that we're really squeezing that core to keep us in place. So if you don't have sliders, that's okay. You can do mountain climbers. So again, we want that same good low position, and you're just going to go back and forth. And another modification would be a mountain climber on like a bench or chair, where you're just going back and forth. Okay. Next movement is our kettlebell swing. Just kidding. Kettlebell high pull. So a few things to keep in mind. Again, tight core. Our back needs to be straight at all times, and we want the kettlebell to stay close to us. We don't want to be pulling out. We want our elbows to come up and out. So we're coming up and out for a high pull. So we're gonna step in, we're gonna have the kettlebell pretty much between our toes, right? And we're gonna come down into a squat, keeping our chest up. We're gonna grab it with 2 hands. Our back is straight. We're looking forward. We're keeping that kettlebell nice and straight, and we're pulling high with the kettlebell. Now I'm going to show you sideways so you can see we're coming down into a squat, everything straight and tight, and I'm keeping that kettlebell nice and close. To me, the more you go out, the more you let yourself kind of loosen up, that's where you're going to get injuries on this. You should not be feeling it in your back. So that's a clue that you may need to adjust your form. Now again, if the kettlebell is light, that doesn't mean the form goes out the window. You still have to pay attention, because when things are lighter, we tend to write off the form, or not pay attention to the form, and that's when things kind of get a little crazy. So if you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a dumbbell, and it's going to be the same thing. You're going to have to kind of, oh wait, I'm sorry, doing the wrong movement. You're just going to pull up with the thing. Same movement. Sorry, I was thinking slam ball. You can use different weights for that. So whether you're using the kettlebell or the dumbbell, pick a weight. You can also, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our feet around there, and we can also do it with a band. Come up. So yeah, those are the movements. So it's 20 reps on each one of those movements for 10 minutes. So it's going to go fast. You might only get, 2 or 3 rounds in, depending on how fast you go. Remember, keep your time. But again, it's a 2-part workout, so don't cut yourself short by only doing one. All right, good luck. Let me know how you did.